Shalom.
Shalom.
Bear with us one moment while we check the feed. Make sure we're good to go.
Yeah, we good.
Okay. Hey, Shalom once again.
Shalom.
Brothers of Great Millstone Charlotte coming at you with another live lesson through the spirit, power, and mercy of Yahweh Bashim El Shai. Okay, before we get started with this lesson, as always, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that taught us this truth and that do rule well. Peace, blessings, and mercy to the house of David, Abayaf Dawadah, the hopeful elect. Unto you we say Shalom.
Shalom.
All right. And again, we're just coming with another lesson, all right, of the importance of taking heed to the scriptures, all right, the oracles, because this serves as the medicine and the treatment to our spirit coming out of Babylon the Great. All right. As the scriptures do tell us to arise and depart, pursuant to Micah 2 and 10. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Coming out of that dry bone estate, being deprived of the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of these scriptures, now being afforded the opportunity to receive it. All right. We're now being fashioned to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai's mind. All right. And that's a process, okay, because we're literally unlearning a lot of the things that we were taught in the world that no longer can be a part of us. All right. And that comes by way of the medicine that the Lord has to offer. So
Mm-hmm.
if you had anything to say, priest, we'll
Now I'll get right into it.
go.
This is Isaiah chapter 1 and 1. It says, the vision of Isaiah, the son of Amos, which he saw concerning Judah and Jerusalem in the days of Uzziah, Jotham, Ahaz, and Hezekiah, kings of Judah. Hear, O heavens, and give ear, O earth, for the Lord has spoken. I have nourished and brought up children, but they have rebelled against me. The ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib. But Israel doeth not know, my people doeth not consider.
Mm-hmm.
And
Right.
that's
Our
pretty.
people. Oh, Salaki, go ahead.
I was gonna say, and that's pretty much the predicament that the nation of Israel has been in. Because you were speaking about the analogy that you had said before we took the camera off. You want to speak on that real quick?
Khan, yep. With our people, we're a nation that's literally sick, right? You know, we have to, it's people that come out of the treatment of coming out of a hospital, they have to go through a series of treatment. They have to take certain medications so that they can be better than they were. And if they don't, they could find themselves in the same position or even worse.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the importance of taking heed to the treatment that's, you know, instructed to you, when you come up out of the hospital.
Right. And then that made me think about Isaiah 60, because as we know, this world is in gross darkness, and it says, "and the people." All right. And so, with that being said, our people, since being brought over here to Babylon the Great, we have lost the knowledge of our power. We have lost the knowledge of who we are as a people. All right. And pretty much like you said, we were raised up in a sinful world, and we have took on, harmful practices, and has been passed down for generations. So the Lord is telling us, okay, He has nourished us and brought us up, because we're the same people that He brought up out of Egypt, you know, and brought us to the Holy Land, which eventually we got kicked out of, man. But we have long forgotten that history. All right, we have long forgotten all the good that Yahweh Shemi Shai has done for us. So now we're at a point to where our you got 2/3 of our people that refuse to acknowledge Yahweh Shemi Shai as being our power, and yet, like it says in Isaiah 1 and 3, you got that the ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib. But Israel doeth not know, my people don't doeth not consider. Our people don't even give the Yahweh Shemi Shai an afterthought, man, because they're steady trusting in their own forms of healing, when there's only one true way of healing, which is through Yahweh Shemi Shai.
That's right.
So I'm gonna continue on. If you had nothing else,
No, you go.
verse 4, it says, "Ah, sinful nation, a people laden with iniquity, a seed of evildoers, children that are corrupters. They have forsaken the Lord. They have provoked the Holy One of Israel unto anger. They are gone away backward."
Right. They're going off into a fashion that's not conducive to their well being. right? They're going in a way that's not conducive to their state. And how is that? Because you're transgressing against your power, right? When we sidestep from the law, statutes, and commandments, we find ourselves at odds with Yahweh Bashim El Shai. All right. And Yahweh Bashim El Shai has provided us as Israelites, you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, a pathway to live a profitable life. All right. Matter of fact, if I could grab that right fast.
You got it.
This is Jeremiah chapter 6. You can speak on it, priest.
Mm-hmm.
Jeremiah 6 and 16. It reads, Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, stand ye in the ways and see, and ask for the old paths, where is the good way.
Yeah, the old paths, man, which is the ways that our forefathers walked in, man, which is the law, statute, commandments. All right, which is how they received the nourishment that was needed for the spirit from our power, man. That's the good way, man. See, our people are looking for that treatment to be found in any and every way in Babylon except for in Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, man. This is why you see our people going into all these different religions, all right, trying to build up the community, trying to, they tried to do it, do the economical path. That didn't work. Jake then tried literally every avenue to try to, heal himself from that predicament. Nothing worked because they didn't want to acknowledge the fact that they don't have the correct way, but we're presenting them the correct way now, which is the scriptures, man. And only the elect is taking heed.
Yep. It says, where is the good way, and walk therein, and ye shall find rest for your souls.
Ye shall find rest for your souls, man, because like it says in John 8:32, ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. So the first step in healing, all right, is being set free from the bonds that have tied you spiritually and mentally, because we know that Esau has many devices set up to keep you down, man. Like it says in Psalms 62:4, they only consult to cast us down for my excellency, man. And so he has filled Jake's minds up with all types of vanity and bullshit to mask that pain that Jake really, is missing, So the true healing is coming from the Lord, all right? But see, Jake is trying to, use the different healing ointments, these different Band-Aids, but Jake to the point where Jake is septic now, man. There's no healing him, man. This is why 2/3 got to get melted, man.
Right. They completely rejected the treatment, right? You think about a rabid dog, right? You're trying to administer this treatment to keep this dog from, this ailment that's pretty much attacking their estate. And they're, flinching on the table, barking and shit. And it's like, yo, this motherfucker don't even want to take the medicine. We got to put this shit down. That's why, as you have said, 2/3 has got to be done away with.
Mm-hmm.
It goes on to say in the latter, it says, but they said, we will not walk therein.
Case in point. You just said it. Jake is refusing the treatment because these scriptures literally heal us. All right. They bring all that wickedness, to the forefront so that we can recognize it and get it out of our spirit, man. Get it out of our lives, man, because we understand that Babylon, the way that we were raised up in, were not what I meant to pretty much, make us whole. Yeah, you can progress, but to truly be made whole, you need that final missing piece. Like what May said, you need God, man. You need the Lord, and you need starting with his name. And then from his name, that's the key to open up all the different, healing methods that is can come forth from the truth, man.
That's right.
Because many brothers and sisters have, different things that they had to work on and are still working on as we, walk in this truth, man. It's a never-ending process of the seeing and fixing what is wrong with us, man. Hey, we are very sick in this place, man. Because this is a very sick place, man.
Yep.
You got some more?
That's pretty much the point. We go back to the Isaiah.
All right. This is Isaiah 1:4. It says, sinful nation, a people laden with iniquity, a seed of evildoers, children that are corrupters, they have forsaken the Lord. They have provoked the Holy One of Israel unto anger. They are gone away backward. Why should you be stricken any more? You will revolt more and more. The whole head is sick, and the whole heart faint.
Right. The Lord is saying, why is it that you Israelites should even be struck any longer with the rod of correction? Right. Here it is. The Lord has put us through various captivities, and what do our people continue to do? Transgress. There, as the scriptures do tell us, our nation is a backsliding people. Okay. So the Lord is saying, look, what's the point? Right? This nation is sick. Right? And how is this nation sick? By adhering to the various doctrines and philosophies of the heathen. All right. Following after the customs of the heathen, keeping a way that's not profitable to them.
That's
All
right.
right. Trying to come up another path, going after and laying under another tree, playing the harlot.
Verse 6, from the sole of the foot even unto the head, there is no soundness in it, but wounds and bruises and putrefying sores. They have not been closed, neither bound up, neither mollified with ointment.
Right. Our people, they are void of the truth, man. Right. There's no soundness in our nation. There's no truth. Right. And our people are they're refusing to be healed with that ointment, man. I'm gonna just pull up this word in the blue letter. I just want to see what it says. Let me see here right quick. It's ointment is Strong's H 8081 shaman. I believe. Let me see right quick.
You looking up what? Physician?
Yeah. It says so like what'd you say, bro?
What word you looking up?
Ointment.
Well, ointment. Okay, kind.
But it says oil.
Yeah, that's shaman.
It says oil, olive oil. Right. And we ultimately know who is that oil. It's Yahweh Shai. So ultimately, our people, they're not mollified with that spirit, man. They're not being healed. Because when you go into mollify, let me pull up that very quick. Make sure we pull up these definitions to further edify. Let me see. The word for mollified is Strong's H 7401. Rawaka. I mispronounced it, but it's Strong's H7401. It says to be tender, to soften, to penitent. Let me see here. But pretty much, adhering to that healing.
Yeah.
Coming by Yahweh Shemel Shai.
Kind. So I got this definition for putrefy in the Edamon Online. It means to decompose, to rot, decay with a fetid smell, to make rotten. And that's ultimately the case of 2/3 without the healing, the ointment from Yahweh Shai, man. Because this quote you have on the screen says, your pain is the breaking of the shell that encloses your understanding. It is the bitter potion by which the physician within you heals your sick self. Therefore, trust the physician and drink his remedy in silence and tranquility. And see, Jake is refusing the treatment, man. That's that in Malachi 4, real quick. Or not Malachi 4, Malachi 1 and 2. I started 1 and said Malachi 1 and 1. The burden of the Lord, the burden of the word of the Lord to Israel by Malachi. I have loved you, saith the Lord. Yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother? yet the Lord, yet save the Lord. Sorry, I can't read. It says, "Save the Lord, yet I love Jacob." All right, and that's Israel's attitude towards the Most High, man. They say if the Lord truly loves us, then why does He have us in this position, man? And that's why you have a lot of, especially in these times now, you got a lot of our people that are questioning the Most High, man. You know,
Mhm.
because they don't understand the process of what the Lord is doing with us, man. As it says in Romans 8, He put us in this position ultimately to make us seek Him. And so Jake refusing to establish that connection with Him, all right, will allow that pain to blind them to the point to where they're not seeing the scope of the whole situation, man. When,
Exactly.
like, we did that lesson a while back talking about, Jake was so focused on the how's it go about the root. I forgot how you worded it.
Oh, they worry about the fruit versus the root.
Right, right. So they're focused on the fruit, but they're not going back to the reason why the pain is even there in the first place. They don't know
Mhm.
about the fall. They don't know about the disobedience that we did against Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, how we broke His law, statute, commandments after we made a covenant with Him and told Him we was gonna walk in His ways, man. So like you said earlier, they're adhering to all these different doctrines, philosophies of the heathen, all right, the ways of America. Yet, if you truly want that healing, it can only come from Hamashiach, man, Yahweh Shai, man. Everything else is just you dabbing it. It's like you putting a band-aid over it, but it's not healing, man.
Right. Big ass stab wound, and you over here putting on a fucking band-aid talking about some I'm good to go. No, you're
Right.
not.
Shit soaking through.
Right. You still bleeding out, going about your day talking about some I'm all right. That's why the scriptures say what pride goeth before destruction, man.
That's right.
Because our people, you know, we've had interactions with, Israelites on the streets when we're out preaching the gospel. And Jacob, pretty much look at the truth as like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm all right. I don't really need that. But it's
Mm-hmm.
like we can clearly see, by process of looking at the state of our people, the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, that we do need this.
Exactly.
Right? Every Israelite is in needing of this healing, in need of the word of Yahweh Bashim Shai, whether they hear or forbear.
Yeah. Ooh, I got that for you.
God.
John 15:4. It says, "Abide in me, and I in you, as the branch cannot bear fruit of itself, except it abide in the vine. No more can ye except ye abide in me. I am the vine, you are the branches. He that abideth in me, and I in him, the same bringeth forth much fruit. For without me you can do nothing." You
Yep.
know. So pretty much, we need that connection with the Heavenly Father and His Son, man. All right, because as you mentioned earlier, we're coming from that sick state, and the only way we can truly get better is through the help of the physician, which we know the physician is Yahweh Shai, according to Could you get that in Sirach 38? Unless you had some.
I'll grab it real quick.
It's 38 and um start at start at 1 and read down to 3.
God, this is the book of Sirach, chapter 38 and verse 1. Honor a physician with the honor due unto him for the use which ye may have of him. For the Lord hath created him.
Right. Now we know that Yahweh Shai is the true physician, man. And the Lord created Yahweh Shai, all right, as his name says, to be the deliverer for, the nation of Israel, man, to get us out of this sick, decrepit state that we've been put in, man. Okay? So that honor that's owed to Yahweh Shai is why we worship him, man. Because we understand the totality of what Yahweh Shai went and did when he went up on that cross, man.
That's right. Verse 2. For of the Most High cometh healing, and he shall receive honor of the key.
Right. From the Most High come up healing, man. That not money, not no accolades or accomplishments, not fulfilling your so-called dreams here. None of these things that they run and do truly allows them to find rest, like we read earlier. Only this truth is the only way to get, you know, true rest, man. You know, so we understand that if we really sincerely need help, it's only gonna come from Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man. That's why I said, therefore, trust the physician and drink his remedy in silence and tranquility, man. Hey, labor in this word and let Yahweh Shem Yahushai make you into that new creature. You know.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Actually,
That's
you can
what
stop at verse 2. That was the point.
Khan. If I could, I have a precept and I want to add to the point you just referenced from that quote. You
Mm-hmm.
know, Jake isn't willing to trust Yahweh Shemel Shai, right? As you have read in the book of Malachi, the first chapter, you know, Jake is in that spirit as where do you love us? Right? Jake is playing the role of the victim, all right, and being short sighted and not realizing, look, the position that I find myself in is due to my disobedience and
Mm-hmm.
transgression of Yahweh Shem Shai's ways.
Mm-hmm.
As an Israelite, my duty is to repent and to believe in the gospel so that I can go through the process of being reformed in my mind pursuant to the book of Romans, the 12th chapter, and continue to fight for the righteous claim for Israel to be put into its position to enforce righteousness on the planet.
That's right.
The whole process of that, Jake is not willing to trust. And I
Because
got
they
to
don't know the Lord. That's the main part. Because how can you know somebody? I mean, it's like, how can you trust somebody that you don't know?
exactly. Exactly. I got a precept.
Mm-hmm.
You can speak on it if you want to. This is Zechariah 7:11. It says, "But they refused to hearken and pulled away the shoulder
Man,
and stopped their ears that they should not hear."
and that's what we just said. That's what Jake do when we present the solution. Because that's Jake. That's Jake. Every time they come up to the camp, I hear what y'all saying, all that, da da da. But what's y'all solution? And as we say, Yahushua is our solution. Because Yahushua is the only one that can get us out of this predicament, man. And
Yep.
that's not enough for Jake. Jake is like, bro, that's it. That's like what y'all always tell that story during the pandemic when y'all was talking to that one woman and she was telling y'all about, you know, her situation. And y'all was like, yo, just pray. She looked at y'all like, what? That's it? Like, yo, what else you want us to tell you, bro? That's the best advice we can give you. And Jake don't even realize how powerful prayer is, man.
Nope. But see, that's what they're doing in the spirit. They're turning away from the physician. You know, you think about you being in the room with the doctor. Doctor says, "All right, this is what you're gonna need. Take these medicines. It's gonna help you with this. It's gonna help with this." Jake, like, man, fuck that. I don't want it. Why you why you doing that? This is
Right.
for your betterment. This is for your well-being. This is for your estate. There's no other way. As we see going into the year of 2024, there's going to be a lot of things that are going to transpire and put Jake in a position to where they're going to have to vividly make a stance whether they're going to hear or forbear,
Mm-hmm.
because everything is being moved out the way to where the only option is Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. It was the first and only option.
Mm.
But the Lord is removing everything out the way to where when you make this stance, it's going to be well known. I got the next verse right here to add. It says, yeah, they made their hearts as an adamant stone. Okay. And when you go into that word adamant stone, it's Strong's H8068. It says thorns. It says adamant as sharp stone, briar. Okay. And we know those briars and thorns are going to be destroyed.
It says that in Ecclesiastes, it's not Ecclesiastes, Ezekiel, the second chapter. If I
Mm-hmm.
can get that for you real quick, to show you how the Lord had already forewarned us that it's not going. You can't save 2/3, man. They're set in their ways. This is Ezekiel chapter 2, verse 4. For they are in. Matter of fact, I started at 3. It says that he said unto me, Son of man, I sent thee to the children of Israel, a rebellious nation that have rebelled against me. They and their fathers have transgressed against me, even unto this very day. Because, like
Mm-hmm.
we said, Jake is continually backsliding into some type of wickedness, man. And as we get closer and closer to the day of Yahweh Shai's return, man, our people are getting worse and worse, man.
Right. All of this readily accessible healing remedies and treatments, and Jake's still going out here carrying in themselves in madness, man.
Hmm. And that's the equivalent of you got Jake, like you mentioned, them going to the doctor or the hospital or whatever. You have a illness that is becoming extremely, detrimental to your health, and the doctor gives you the remedy to pretty much heal yourself, and Jake is still continuing it in the ways of death. Like, for example, a nigga that's a adamant cigarette smoker, for example. This nigga goes and finds out he has lung cancer,
Mm-hmm.
and instead of you taking heed to the physician, you're gonna continue to smoke cigarettes. Now you're doubling down. Now you're smoking Black and Miles. You're smoking goddamn backwoods. You're making the situation worse, and that's what our people are doing, man. Instead of you doing the different things to heal your lungs, all right, you're continually making it worse to the point where you're just gonna die, man.
Yep.
You know. So continuing on, it says verse 4: For they are impudent children and stiff-hearted. I do send thee unto them, and thou shalt say unto them, Thus saith the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua. And they, whether they will hear or whether they will forbear, for they are a rebellious house, yet shall know that there hath been a prophet among them. And that's why at the end of the day, Jacob isn't gonna have no excuse when judgment comes upon them, because they have all been warned. All right.
Yep.
No Israelite, all right, especially here in America, can say that they never heard the truth, because at this point, man, this is how we know the judgment is at the door, because once we know all Israel have been, warned, and all the elect has been woken up, the Lord is going to, make his move. So we're here. All right. So it says, verse 6, the point. It says, And thou, son of man, be not afraid of them, neither be afraid of their words, though briars and thorns be with thee, as you just read in that definition earlier. Be, it's like, and thou doest dwell among scorpions. Be not afraid of their words, nor dismayed at their looks, though they be a rebellious house, because that's just like a motherfucker that we know is, on his way out, that they're sick. All right, they become senile, hostile. You can't really, you don't know what to expect from them. All right. Well, I don't say that. You know that they're gonna say things and do things because they're sick, and so we can't just be like, yo, take them back by that, because the Lord warned us. You know. So
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the day, we just gotta let Jake just, die in his own shit, man.
Yep. They were already warned.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna finish. Was there more on that?
Nah, that was it. That was the point.
God, I'm gonna reread verse 12.
Con.
Zechariah 7:12. It says, "Yeah, they made their hearts as an adamant stone, lest they should hear the law and the words which the Lord Yahweh of hosts hath sent in his spirit by the former prophets. Therefore came a great wrath from the Lord Yahweh of hosts."
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because here it is again. The remedy is being given to our people, but they refuse to hearken. They refuse to trust the physician that's administering these things to them. You know.
Mm-hmm. Because like you said, the way is being presented. This is St. John 14:6. Yahweh Shai said unto them, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man cometh unto the Father but by me. And all these people out here claiming to have their own relationship with the Lord, they got these different beliefs or whatnot. You know, they think they have the answers when ultimately no, they're still sick. They don't know. That's why we're trying to give them Yahweh Shai, which is the answer, which is the conclusion of the whole matter. And our people were like, nah, I want to go a different way. So
Yep.
it is what it is, man.
God.
I had a little bit more on that John 15, and we can go back to that, and then,
Okay.
Slakia.
Are you good?
So back in John 15, I'm gonna read verse 5 again. I'll read back at 4. It says, "Abide in me, and I in you, as the branch cannot bear fruit of itself, except it abide in the vine. no more can ye, except ye abide in me. I am the vine, speaking of Yahweh Shai, this is our red letter that I'm reading. It says, ye are the branches. He that abideth in me, and I in him, the same bringeth forth much fruit. For without me, you can do nothing. And this is why, hey, 2/3 of our people, they're not going to prosper in the long run because Yahweh Shai is not in them. All right. So without Yahweh Shai, we can literally do anything. I mean, we can't do anything, man. All right. It says, if a man abide not in me, he is cast forth as a branch and is withered, and men gather them and cast them into the fire, and they are burned. And you see that, amongst these sick people, as they get closer and closer to their death, it's literally like they withering away, man. And that's what we see happening to Jake spiritually. That's why Jake is getting worse and worse, man. To the point to where the Lord is not going to have a choice but to just burn him.
God. Yep. But before it gets there, Jake should, have that mindset of what? How can I preserve my estate? Right? How can I keep my life? Because this is gonna be something that's going to inevitably happen.
Mm-hmm.
So the best thing that suits an Israelite is to do what? Adhere to the healing. Did you have more on that or another precept?
No, that was it.
Kind. Could you hold Jeremiah 33 and let me see here. Start at 6, but I'm gonna read this right fast. This is Hosea chapter 6 and 1. It says, "Come and let us return unto the Lord Yahweh, for he hath torn and he will heal us.
Mm.
He hath smitten and he will bind us up." So again, the root cause of why our people are in this state where they're destroyed, right? They're in a destitute state is contingent upon their disobedience and transgression of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai's law, statutes, and commandments. All right. So what happened due to our disobedience? We were subjected to the curses, which tore us, which has smitten us.
Mm-hmm.
And the only way that we can receive remedy for these curses is for us to turn back to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai.
Mm-hmm. I had a quick one. If I get in there real quick. This is Malachi 4:2. It says, but unto you that fear my name shall the Son of Righteousness arise with healing in his wings,
Mm-hmm.
and ye shall go forth and grow up as the calves of the stall. So like you was going into, man, Yahweh Shai is bringing healing unto the elect of Israel, man. All right. And as we continue to abide in Yahweh Shai, man, that healing is going to increase us to where it pretty much brought to full age as being perfect in him, man. Like I said, we're those new creatures that the Lord is raising up every day as we grow with him. All right, we're being made closer and closer to that perfect being, that the Lord wants us to be.
God. Yep. We get
You want
that.
to
Come, we get that Jeremiah.
This is Jeremiah chapter 33 and 6. It says, behold, I will bring it health and cure, and I will cure them and will reveal unto them the abundance of peace and truth.
Right, and that's what the Lord is doing at this time. Right, the Lord is providing us that way to be cured and healed.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and the Lord is revealing unto us that pathway. Right, but as the scriptures will tell us, right, this is the way, walk ye in it. A lot of our nation, they're not willing to go down that path. They're not willing to go through the treatment. They're not willing to go through acknowledgement of what they've done.
Mm.
Always trying to play the role of the victim.
Mm-hmm.
That's that nature of an Edomite, man. All
Right, right.
right. As us as Israelites, we have to acknowledge our offenses, man.
Because another thing I want to add to what you said, because Jake has that misconception when it comes to this word that when they come into the fact of becoming an Israelite, they expect things to get better for you. Well, honestly, that's the complete opposite. All right, because now that you've become an Israel, or now that you've remembered that you're an Israelite, now the real test, comes in, and that's when you start really feeling pain, you know. But that pain is not a bad pain; it's a growing pain. You know, because each day, like they have that saying, dealing, in the gym, pain is weakness leaving the body. All right. So as we're feeling the growing pains, the Lord is purging those impurities out of us, which it don't always feel good, man. But that's a part of the walk. So if you're not willing to endure that, then you rather just stay sick, man. And that's going to be to your detriment. But the scriptures say this, Luke 14:27. It says, "And whosoever doeth not bear his cross and come after me cannot be my disciple." Because like you made mention, Jake don't want to walk in that way. Hey, the
Mhm.
straight gate, man, it's a tough road. It's a tough journey. But at the end of the day, hey, you gotta walk it. If you want salvation, how I told you, you gotta bear that cross, man. It says,
Yep.
"For which of you intending to build a tower, sitteth not down first and count up the cost, whether he has sufficient to finish it." So you got to think about exactly what you're getting into when you cross that line and call yourself an Israelite, man. All right, because it's great trial that's gonna come your way, but if you're connected to the vine, you're gonna receive the proper nutrients that you need to continue and grow, man. You
That's
know.
right. That's right, brother. And I'm glad you made mention of that, the nutrient from the vine, right? Because that's what the vine coming up out of that tree, the branches are attached to that vine, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So again, like the brother has said, coming into this walk isn't an easy thing. It's going to be, as the scriptures tell us in the book of Sirach, the second chapter, to prepare thy soul for temptation, right? We have to prepare our minds for tests, trials, tribulation, being brought through the furnace of affliction, because
Mm-hmm.
we're cognizantly casting off the old man. All right.
Mm-hmm.
This is something that you're doing. You're doing this with awareness. So it's a process. Okay. And you have to continually endure that process because it's not something that's just going to be a cakewalk. Right.
Exactly.
As it says in that quote, it says, it is the bitter potion. All right. When we think about herbs, and the brother priest, I'm a one could definitely speak on this further than myself, but those herbs, it's always those ones that are bitter that serve with that high potency. Like
Yep.
it hits with that punch that it addresses what it is that's an ailment in your body, man.
Yeah. Better does the body good, man. Because you've been accustomed to, want the sweet things, and what you come to find out is all the sweet stuff is really bad for you. And so that's the an essential the walk, man. The bitter, the straight gate, that's the bitter, and the Broadway, that's the sweet, man. And Jake want
Mhm.
the sweet.
Yep. I got a quick precept for you, if I may.
Mm-hmm.
This is Revelations chapter 10. All right, quick.
Yeah,
Revelation. Oh,
why you
sorry.
get that? I want to make a point because that made me think about like when you're in rehab. I personally never went through rehab, but I've seen it, through family members and friends. Like for instance, somebody that tore the ACL, that rehab is hell, man. It's intense pain that you got to go through to be able to get that mobility and the ability to walk regular again, man. And a lot of people, they want to stay, in that comfort of not feeling pain, so they'll just sit there and let the knee stiffen up and all that. But you got to go through that, man. And
Right,
that's essentially what we're going through in this walk, man.
right. Hey, because if if I could add to that point, right, that's why the scriptures speak about the state of the man. Roughly paraphrasing, when someone leaves out the truth, right,
Mm-hmm.
the state of them is worse than when they came in because it's like you started the process of working out, trying to go through that rehab, and then you just stopped all of a sudden. You're gonna be worse than you were before.
Exactly. Cause now you letting that cartilage build up. The
Exactly.
swelling still. It's gonna come back. All that you're gonna be messed up, man.
Yep.
So how much more spiritually?
Exactly. I had a quick precept for you, if I may.
Go ahead.
Revelations chapter 10 and 10, it says, "And I took the little book out of the angel's hand and ate it up, and it was in my mouth sweet as honey. And as soon as I had eaten it, my belly was bitter." You know, so as you had made mention of, that treatment, right? You got to take that bitter, you know, that bitter is needed in order to get those things aligned within your body, man.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking from a spiritual eye.
Mm-hmm. Because like I said, this truth opens your eyes to see everything for what it really is, man. Really, nothing in this world is truly sweet, man, as it tries to make it seem like. So that pain is a necessary, hurdle that you must overcome in this walk. Otherwise, you're going to stay where you're at, and eventually, staying in one place here. That's what you was talking about. We're talking about before we got on here, man. Like using water for example, water that stays still, eventually it becomes, pungent. Stagnant water, it turns pungent, man. All the bacteria and it begins to hold disease, man, because it's not moving.
Right.
It's not nourishing anymore, man. And that's what happens in this world without Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You become
Mhm.
pungent, man. As the scripture said, you got some putrefying sores on you.
God. We can go back to that Jeremiah.
Con. Back in Jeremiah 33 and 6 again, it says, "Behold, I will bring it health and cure. I will cure them and will reveal unto them the abundance of peace and truth.
Hmm.
And I will cause the captivity of Judah and the captivity of Israel to return and will build them as at the first."
Right. So we're seeing our people being brought out of that state of captivity, right? And it's starting by way of what? As the brother had quoted earlier, John 8:32, right? Coming into this understanding of the truth of the matter.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then it's going to literally physically be made manifest upon the return of Hamashiach.
That's right. Verse 8, it says, "And I will cleanse them from all their iniquity, whereby they have sinned against me, and I will pardon all their iniquities, whereby they have sinned, and whereby they have transgressed against me."
Right. And the ones that are going to be afforded that pardon, right, are the elect. All right.
Mm-hmm.
The first fruits. Because you're going to have two-third are going to, of course, come back in the kingdom, reincarnated. But on this side, they're going to have to partake in that second death.
That's right.
But as far as the elect, they're going to be pardoned. And how is that so? Because the Lord has afforded them the grace and mercy to walk through the path of adhering to the healing that's afforded to them, which comes
Mm-hmm.
by way of Yahweh Shai. Because not everybody is afforded that, as the scriptures do tell us.
Nope.
Many are called, but few are chosen.
That's right.
So it's
Keep
not a
going.
light thing to be able to take this, to receive this treatment, man. You think about healthcare, right? You know, healthcare is an industry that's dominated by various plans and premiums, and a lot of people they aren't able to afford certain care. You know,
Right.
so the ones that can, it's a very fortunate thing to have.
Hey, example of what you're saying. You have a lot of these rich, people on that's on high. They're able to afford, particular health care that the average person, with either low income or no income can't, afford. So when they get certain diseases and sicknesses, the people on the lower spectrum of the scale can't get healed from that. So you got like, even I'll use Magic Johnson, even though he didn't really have what he said he had, but a nigga like him got a disease such as HIV. The average man that gets that, back then, they was dying from that. But for him to have, him being a millionaire, he was able to afford that health care, because he was, fortunate enough to have that resource to get that. And that's ultimately how we look at the spirit right now, man. Hey, we're fortunate enough that Yahweh Shem Shah woke us up to be able to give us this nourishment versus the regular nigga that's in the world that just, in whatever they're in, man, dealing with what they're dealing with.
Man,
Because you got Jake, you got Jake dealing with the same ailments that we're dealing with, but we have the healing from this. We have the scriptures to be able to heal us from these different ailments, man. You know, brothers been healed from actual sicknesses, man. All right, but we
man,
also got the spiritual infirmities too. Oh yeah, you a perfect example.
yeah, yep. I was dealing with gastritis for a long time. You know, going through the walk, through the grace and mercy, Abba Shemal Shai, don't even deal with that no more.
See, and like I said, that's physical. You got spiritual and mental infirmities that we deal with as well. That the spirit is healing us from, but the average Jake out there, they're dealing with that, and they're losing it, man.
Yep, yep. I got something perfect. This is right on time.
Mm-hmm.
Revelations 3:19. It says, "As many as I love, I rebuke and chasten.
Mm.
Be zealous, therefore, and repent." So the Lord is letting us know that through His love, through His healing, comes rebuke and chastening. But the Lord is telling us to be zealous and to repent, to turn back from the way that we're living that's not conducive to our estate.
That's right.
And He's very direct and austere with making His point. Verse 20, "Behold, I stand at the door and knock. If any man hear my voice and open the door, I will come into him and will sup with him and he with me." Okay. So when we think about what the Lord is supping with us in the spirit, all right, giving us the Holy Spirit to be able to understand these things, the oracles of the scriptures, the oracles, and to have the understanding of what we're reading, right? But what is it that's ultimately being given unto us when He's supping with us? The healing.
Peace of mind, you know, peace of mind, the spiritual, like I say, spiritual rest, mental rest, and then the promise of a physical rest, man.
Yep.
You know, all these are what keeps us continuing to fight, man. While the average nigga is bugging out over small shit like not paying a bill or fucking woman or something, man.
Right. That's the concerns of niggas that do not have any type of medicine or treatment or physician that's giving them what they need. Farrakhan ain't giving you what you need.
No.
Buddha is not giving you what you need. The tarot card deck that your shorty got posted up in the corner of the room ain't giving you what you need.
Right.
The only thing that is fulfilling you as a so-called Black, Hispanic, Native American, or Latino as an Israelite is the word of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. That's it.
Mm.
Can't tell us elsewise.
Mm.
And how is that? Because we know
First hand.
brothers and sisters have came from all types of walks, man.
That's right. Kind. Man. Hey, we blessed, man. Hey, we blessed beyond measure.
Yep.
Like them dumb niggas say in the world talking about they what they blessed and highly favored or whatever, however they say that stupid shit.
Mm-hmm.
Not even realizing that you ain't even how are you highly favored when you don't even know what sin is. You don't even know the Lord's name. You don't even know what's about to happen on the planet. But you blessed and highly favored, nigga. You still sick. That's
Right.
like a nigga that got cancer but never go to the doctor. So he over here thinking he healthy and he just dropped dead one day, man. That's gonna be 2/3, man.
Yep. But that's honestly pretty much it, bro.
Yeah. That's same here.
God. Hey, well, Lord willing, you brothers and sisters were edified through the Holy Spirit. We're going to close by giving all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh. Double honors to our apostles and our elders of Great Millstone that taught us His truth and that rule well. Peace, blessings, and mercy to the house of David. Abba Yaftah without the hopeful elect. To you we say Shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom.